And the microphone is on. And good morning, everyone. Is Western civilization on the verge of collapse? 900 CVS stores are closing due to shoplifting. We all know where this is going. Pay attention. Here we go. Okay, so we're going to make the best of a bad thing today, guys. First and foremost, I want to thank everybody for showing up. I'm pretty sure that the sound is good. I'm looking at a lot of different variables, and it looks like it's my internet that is acting up for some reason. I'm transmitting it over 5,000 kbps. So it's like it's high power off, but it's enough to let the sound through. Do me a favor, guys, give me a sound check. Let me know what is going on. You know, obviously I won't keep this thing going any longer than I have to torture you, you know, so let me know what's going on. If you haven't hit that like and subscribe button, it really helps. Please go ahead and do that now. I want to thank you for doing that up front. Also, special shout out to the Patreons. Guys, I couldn't do this without you. If you guys know what's going on inside the Patreon right now, we're kind of discussing like places to go, people to see, and things to do. And then obviously, if you don't know what the Patreon is, there's a link down there. Go ahead and find it. Maybe support the channel, that kind of thing. And once again, thanks to everybody for hanging out with me today. Let's see. As usual, I've got something to read to you. And it's, you know, I really sat down yesterday and put some words to paper that make a lot of sense. Did a little bit of research for you. Let's see. Get over here. Let's see. Is anybody tired of hearing those Mortal Kombat commercials? That seems to be all they play. So I don't see anybody telling me that I have good sound today over here. So if you guys could let me know, that would be super great. Otherwise, I may actually have to stop the stream. Well, we'll see where it goes. Why is this thing showing? It's so far behind. It's not even funny. It's really very weird what I'm seeing in YouTube Studio versus what I'm seeing on YouTube itself. Let's see here. I'm seeing a lot of people saying good morning. Yeah, there is some latency here. And so Bob Collins to knock it out. First, you are first, Bob. RC Bob. I'm sorry, Bradley Collins. You are first. RC number 2. Tina. Good morning. Cool Coat. Window Liquor. West Virginia Pappy. Barb. And everybody else who is trying to check in but can't. Sound good, but keep buffering on my something. Got you, West Virginia Pappy. I don't know how this video is going to turn out. I'm honestly very disappointed with what's happening right now, and it almost makes me want to stop, but I'm not going to. So let's talk about what this whole video is about. You know, for the most part, people are casual are carrying on as usual, shopping for the next holiday or posting on social media. In fact, many people seem blissfully unaware that collapse might be imminent. Are Westerners doing the modern equivalent of sitting around eating grapes while the barbarians hammer on the doors? I think so. And more importantly, does science have any ideas about what is really going on, what might happen next, and how people could turn things around? We talk about the collapse of the Roman Empire, but there's plenty of evidence that the empire existed in some form for centuries afterwards. The end of ancient Egypt was more of a challenge in the balance of power than a catastrophic event in which everyone died. So when we talk about collapse, do we mean that people lose everything and go back to the Dark Ages? Or that it's going to be socially and politically turbulent for a while? Despite these differences, some scientists and historians are analyzing the rise and fall of ancient civilizations to look for patterns that might give us heads up on what is coming. Now, we all, if most of us, sound is good, picture is jumpy. Got you. Thank you. So most of us think about things in the past that try to give us indicators to what's going on in the future, and it's very difficult to do. It's very difficult to do because in the end, it's just a giant guesstimation. So let's continue. So is there any evidence that the West is reaching the end game? There are certainly some warning signs. In the late 1990s, we began to apply equations to historical data looking for patterns that link social factors such as wealth, health, inequality to political instability. Sure enough, in past civilizations in ancient Egypt, China, and Russia, we've spotted two recurring cycles that are linked to a regular era-defining period of unrest. So basically, every era we have this issue. And you know, you've got to be very optimistic to think that this is just a blip on our screen. Simply stated, it is a secular process. So the first one is, it's called a secular cycle. The last two or three centuries, it starts with fairly equal society. Then as the population grows, the supply of labor begins to outstrip demand and so becomes cheap. Wealthy elites form while living standards for the workers fail. As the society becomes more unequal, the cycle enters a more destructive phase in which the misery of the lowest strata and the infighting between elites continue to contribute to social turbulence and eventually collapse. The second cycle is called the short cycle. It only lasts about 50 years, and it's made up of two generations, one peaceful and one turbulent. Now, the next section is what I call borrowed time. And for those of you that are listening, do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button and just listen, because that's probably for the best anyway. You're probably like driving and things like that. Hey there, bud. What's up, Cool Colt? I'll do some tests today and over the weekend to try and figure out why this is happening, because this seems like something that I can fix. Maybe I can just set up like a low latency stream so that when this does happen, things are better. Wow, it looks like my internet may be like working really well right now. Either that or of course I just jinxed it. And let me know if it clears up, guys. So this section is called borrowed time. Either extreme inequity or resources depletion could push a society to collapse, but collapse is irreversible. This doesn't bode well for Western societies, that's us, which are dangerously unequal. According to a recent analysis, the world's richest 1% now own half the wealth, and the gap between the super rich and everyone else has been growing since the financial crisis of 2008. If you guys didn't know this, the financial crisis of 2008 is exactly when I started prepping. You saw the writing on the wall. We had really, really bad governmental leadership. Things were getting really, really, really bad, and they only got worse for basically 2 terms, if you know what I'm saying. Okay. I should have taken that call. If it does come back, then I will probably have to kill this stream. I have something else important going on right now, guys. So you know what? I'm not going to continue to read this whole borrowed time. You know, here's what I'm going to tell you, and then we can talk about it. You know, so is the West really on the ropes? Maybe, but ultimately, its survival will depend on the speed at which people can adapt. If the West makes it through, it may be more by luck than by good judgment. Now, my take on the entire situation is you know, we have got so many things going on in the world that we have to be aware that there is a breakdown of general society, general normity, people being nice. Everybody wants their point to be heard, and they'll even be rash if their point is not heard, if people aren't listening to what they are saying. For those 10 of you that are hanging out because things are not great on the video side, but okay on the audio side, I truly appreciate you. Looks like Jeff popped in. Good morning, Bob Peta, and good morning, Miss Melody. I got one of my melodies back. I need to find that other one. She's been AWOL for a while now. I don't know what's happening with the stream right now. Is my sound still good, guys? Because it is frozen on a couple of different platforms that I'm looking at right